Hi, my name is Clifford and welcome to today's tutorial. In today's tutorial, I want us to look at how to organize your file. On several occasions, when you get to doing big projects where you have 4 to 5 different cameras and you're working on the project, let's say alone or with a team, you tend to find that you get to a point where you're looking for, where is this file, where is that file? And as a pro editor, you do not want that to be happening in your editing sequence or in your editing workflow. So usually after your shoot, you're done shooting and you've come back with all this footage and workload of work, you need to find a particular place on your hard drive to put all this work. Because the last thing you want to happen to you is when you're in the middle of editing and then you realize there's a particular clip you don't have, there's a particular footage you don't have, and then you're stranded, you're stuck. And then you're asking yourself, okay, where is this, where is that? You do not want that to happen to you. So what I usually do for myself in particular is I try and keep everything for a particular project in one folder. Yeah, so this is what I usually do. Immediately footage is availed for me, or I avail it for myself most of the times, but immediately footage is availed for me for those big projects where they have 3, 4, 5 to 6 cameras. I put them in one particular project folder. So this is a hard drive. Yeah, double click right there. On my hard drive, I'll come to projects, let's say 2019, then December if the project was done in December. Yeah, that is most times for a 1 day's project. Yeah, say December, and then the company that did the project, then I move in their videos. Then if the audio was recorded externally, which is what I usually advise because it's much cleaner, so I'll then take the audio files and put them right into the audio folder. Then camera 1, I do the same, camera 2, do the same, camera 3, then the drones and whatnot. And then, but on certain scenarios where you find that a particular camera used more than one memory stick or card, you still name or copy that footage in that particular order. The first card into the camera 1 and camera 2. Then of course now you dive into the editing. Yeah, so if I'm diving into the editing, I do not want to have my project file, the project file of the work. We'll get to know what a project file is. The project file of the work in a separate, different location. I want everything to be confined into one particular folder. So usually what I do is this: dive in, open my software, which right now we're working in Premiere Pro. In the meantime, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button because you do not want to miss out on the rest of the videos that will be coming up in the subsequent tutorials, and a lot of nice, funny, beautiful things that will be uploaded on this channel. All right, okay, right here Premiere Pro is now open, so I'll create a new project for that particular project that I've started working on. So I want that project to be saved exactly where the rest of the raw files are. So I'll then browse to where the raw files are. Then I'll locate it. Let me see, 2019. Yep, here. And then let's work with this particular. Let's work with this particular project here. I usually want it to have the same name. So I'll copy up that name. So I'll come here, it's a video, then I'll create okay, so I'll create a new project. I'll browse to where the project is. Let's come back here, 2019 here, and then let's take this particular project here, then videos. Then I usually want to have a different folder for all the project files and the auto saves and everything. So then I'll say new folder, then I'll call this new folder projects. So create, boom, created the folder, and there we have it, the folder for the project. So then I'll say choose, I'll choose that particular folder. So this project file that I'm creating in Adobe Premiere Pro right now is gonna go to that particular project folder that I've created. So then all these other things, really, I leave them in default, because there's no need on changing these particular things, because everything will still work anyway. So scratch disk, I leave it same as the scratch disk setup area. So captured videos, I all leave that to default. No need to change. Then ingest settings, that one we'll speak about it in a bit, but let's continue. So I'll come here and name the project. So I'll copy it, I'll come back to where the project is and copy the name as saved on the hard drive. Then I name this project according to the name that I've copied. Alright, okay, so then I say okay, and voila, the project is open. Alright, so this is how the entire interface of Premiere Pro looks like. Let me switch to the editing workspace. Let me switch to the editing workspace. So right here in the project panel here, so all these different areas here are called panels. They are all called panels. So you can, the good thing with Premiere Pro is you can move whichever panel to wherever you want it to be, and however you want it to be, or how you want it to look like, according to what suits you anyways. So this is a project panel, this is a media browser, this is a library, and so on and so forth. As you see, the names are the timeline panel, the tools panel, audio meter panel, program panel, source monitor panel, effects control, blah blah blah. Oh, as you see them named, right? So now what I need to do, because I want to start editing right now, so what I need to do is to move the folders that I had created into Premiere Pro. So there are different ways of importing into Premiere Pro. I can click here in File, and then come all the way down to import, and blah, I go to where the folders, the projects are, the folders that I created initially are, then I import them. Or I can double click on the projects panel, and voila, it still brings up the same dialog box, which where I go and look for the files that I want to import. And the easiest one for me that I like working with, and which helps me ensure that I have everything that I need to work with copied directly into Premiere Pro, is going directly to where the folder is and locating the folders that I want to import into Premiere Pro. So I select all of them, like that, and then drag. I just drag everything to Premiere Pro, and then everything copies. So voila, it's done importing. Everything is here, just the same way you organize them in the folders. When I open here, I can still find them. So let's take for instance camera 1. The same way you look at them here is the same way you will still see them in the folders. When I go to Finder here and I move into the project file, I'll find that camera 1. Open it, and when I open here camera 1, I see the camera name right there. So I'll come here, it's the same name I have here. So when I move into that particular folder, the same files that I see there are the same files that I'll still see here, right? That would be that, see? So it's the same folder. So let's take a scenario where you're editing, and then someone probably hands you're in the middle of an edit, and then someone hands you a flash drive, and then all of a sudden you have to put a particular file from the hard drive onto the timeline, and the file is here. In order for you to avoid to move into copying that particular file into a certain folder, into a folder, there's a very simple setting that you can use in Premiere Pro. However, that setting requires you to have a software called Adobe Media Encoder, because it's from Adobe Media Encoder that will help you copy that file, and as you continue with your editing, So the setting is here in project setting, because you have to make that setting for every project that you're working on. So ingest, you remember ingest we did at the beginning? So you come and just check this box, Now this ingest, you set it to copy, not transcode, not create proxy, copy. So you copy every project, every file that you put on the timeline, that project will be automatically copied. Now usually I want to leave this destination of that file to same as project, but sometimes you will find that you want to have that file, all your imported files or graphics or assets that you use in a certain different folder. So you can do that by coming here and choosing location. So when you choose location, you can come to the folders Usually when I decide to go that route, I want to call those files assets. Yeah, so I'll come and say assets. So all these assets will be things like music beds, things like music beds, graphics, lower thirds, all those different assets that make the videos pop, elements, all those different things. Yeah, so then I say okay, so that means every file that I drop onto the timeline will be automatically copied into that particular asset folder. So let's take for instance, the flash was given to us. This is a flash. I just drag it, drop it onto the timeline, bam, boom, file dragged. Now boom, media encoder opens, you see the file is copied. And so when we go to the asset folder and check again, we'll see that the file, boom, automatically went into the asset folder. So just like that. So that means even if I ejected, that means even if I ejected this flash, yeah, even if I ejected this flash and handed it over to the owner, I can still continue working on my projects knowing that I will not get the red screen of death. Every editor understands that. So I have a file that I'm working with and all the other assets that I need to work with. Thank you for joining me for today's tutorial. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, so every time we post new videos on this channel, you are the first to know. You get notified that a new video, boom, has been posted at Cog Studios. So click the notification button, subscribe and like this video. Comment below, let me know what would you want to learn about Premiere Pro, about video editing, yeah, about photography. Let me know what would you like to learn, and we'll make sure you get that knowledge in. Thank you very much. This has been Clifford. Get what works for you and stick to it.